All right, welcome everyone. This is a quick review on Photoshop. And today I'm just gonna show a few different things. So find these pictures on Edsby. I've already loaded up the basketball picture here, but just to review how to load up the other ones. So go to File, Open, and this one we call Nature. Now we've got two files ready to go. All right, so the first one that we're going to be working with is the nature one. And this is kind of like the default kind of editing that I like to do to make these pictures look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, at the top here, go to Layer, and we're going to then go to New Adjustment Layer and Levels. That's okay. And from here, what we're going to do now, and let's do that one more time. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do now is, so if you see this black slider here on the left, what I usually do is take that and drag it just a little bit towards the middle. And if you see, so I'll show you again from the beginning. So here it was kind of faded, and now we pull towards the middle and we just kind of bring forward some of those dark tones in the image. Okay, now we'll do the same thing, but for the light tones. So this slider here on the right, we're going to take it and just pull it very slowly to the middle here. Not too much, just about there. And again, now we've highlighted the light tones. And then the middle ones, so these are the medium tones. You can either try them left or right, experiment. Left makes it brighter, right makes it darker. Okay, and then from there, close that, and we can compare. So if you see here, now we have a much more sharper image. Okay, so by default, that's one of the first things that I would do to enhance a photo. Much clearer. All right, next thing. So next step, we're going to go to basketball. Okay, so now we have the basketball here in sets. So from here, what we're going to do is click W for the shortcuts. And if you notice, so if we have the quick selection tool. And remember, if we want to make it bigger, the shortcut is the square brackets. So let me show you, see if I can pull that up for you as well so you know what I'm talking about. So in order, one sec, just let me switch my screen. So in order to make that circle bigger, we're going to put this square bracket like that. That makes it bigger. And in order to make it smaller, we're going to put this left facing bracket. So this is bigger. This is smaller. Okay, while we're at it, just some other shortcuts. So if you want to zoom in, that is Control plus, and zooming out, zoom out is Control minus. All right, so these are just some keys that are going to help us out. Let's switch back to Photoshop. Okay, so now that we have this here, we want to make sure up here the plus sign is selected. And now we're going to click and drag and select. Okay, what you're gonna notice, so we have these marching ants around. Sometimes, if you notice at the bottom here, we've selected it a little extra. So what we can do to deselect is click this minus sign, zoom out, and now it won't be perfect, right? If we really wanted to, we could zoom in all the way, for example, and try to get it as perfect, but that won't be necessary for us. Okay, we've got them selected. Now what we're gonna do first thing is to take this ball and actually just put it into the random nature part on the other side. So we're gonna copy it by hitting Control C. And we're gonna paste it into the nature picture by hitting Control V. And boom, there we have it. So if you want to resize, hit Control T. And now you can try and resize the ball there. So get different dimensions. If you right click, you can try and rotate, spin it around. Right click again, you can skew it. Actually, let's do distort. So you can kind of change the dimensions of the ball. And if you notice, so right now on the right side, this basketball layer is on above the levels. If you pull it, so click and drag it down. See if it'll let us. So hit enter first. Now we'll try and pull it down. There we go. So now if you notice, this ball also is now under that adjustment layer and it's much sharper, richer color. So again, if I hide it, more of a faded look, bring back the adjustment layer, much sharper look. All right, that's step one. Step two, so if we go back to the basketball picture, we still have the ball highlighted. What we're gonna do next is make this background black and white. So first step is to go to image, go to layer, new adjustment layer, and go to hue and saturation. Just like this. Okay. And if you notice on the right-hand side, so right now the ball is white because it's selected and the background is black because it's not selected. So right now, all we're doing is really editing the ball itself. To flip that, get the inverse, we hit Control I. And if you notice now, once we hit Control I, now the background is white and the ball is black, meaning the background is selected, the ball is not selected. From here, what we can do now is turn down the saturation like this. And that makes the background black and white. From there, we can also experiment with the lightness or darkness. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much the first step done. Background is black and white. Our ball is still in color. So now we can start adding some other things to this. If I use, again, the quick select tool and plus, I'm going to select the ball. Again, we don't have to be too perfect with this right now. Deselect this part here, good. All right, so we can actually turn up the brightness on this by going to layer, new adjustment layer. And let's see, let's turn up brightness and contrast. There we go, brightness is turned up. So now we have a glowing ball. Contrast, turn it up a bit, just a little bit. Okay, so now this ball is really standing out. Last thing, I'm going to try and change the color just of these orange parts. So this part is a little bit more tricky. again, with the quick select tool, I'm just going to click, and this time only selecting the orange parts. So again, only the orange parts this time around. Okay, and then I'm just going to edit. Once again, deselect parts I don't need. Just like that. Great, well done. Okay, and so 1 sec. Okay, so not perfect, but we'll take it. Now what we're going to do is do a layer, new adjustment layer, hue and saturation. And this time I'm just going to play with the hue. So if we put it left, it's more of a purple ball. Make that lighter or darker. Better purple, still a little bit of orange there because I missed some of the pixels. If we put that right, now we got a green, all the way is a blue. Let's try green. And then you can turn up saturation as well. Now it's like a neon, really glowing ball. Just like that. All right, so in class, if you're in my class, it's up to you now to either use a picture that you've taken or something from the internet and try doing these same kind of transformations to it, right? Making the background black and white, maybe changing up the color of the main focal point of the picture, and we'll work from there. Okay, thanks everyone. I will talk to you later.